Alright guys, so I'm going to start off using some concealer and putting that all over her eyelids. The concealer that I'm using is the Infallible Pro Glow from L'Oreal, which are one of my favorites. Then I'm going to set that with some Airspun Loose powder. Alright, now I'm going in with the Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe. I'm going to be using the Silk Cream as my transition color. And I'm using the brush M532 by Morphe. Alright, here I'm just going to go in with the color Hunts. And I'm keeping that in her inner crease. And I know it looks a little crazy right now, guys. You just got to trust the process. And then I'm also going to go in with the Morphe brush M535. And I'm going to be blending all those colors together. And making sure there's not any harsh lines anywhere. And I'm still blending. Alright, now going in with the darker color, I'm going to be going in with the color Jax. And this color, I'm just going to keep it in her inner crease, and I'm going to be blending it outwards a little bit. Okay, so here I'm just going to use a shadow that's around the same color as her skin. I'm just going to clean all around the edges of her shadow that I put on. And for the best parts, I'm going to be doing a half cut crease on her. I'm using some concealer, and then I'm just going to use a flat brush. You can use any type of flat brush that you want. The technique that I'm using at the top, I'm just going to go slow with it, and I'm pat motions and then just take it down a little bit. Now, to help me precise this a little bit more, I am pulling up her lid at the top a little bit, just to help me get everything, the line a little bit more sharper, more precise. Now here you can see what helps to do this process to make it easier. Is just put some on her lid, some concealer, and have them look up, and then you just follow that line as much as possible. Okay, and setting the lid, from the same palette, I'm using the Shadow Beam. Just putting that all over the part that I put the concealer on. For the outer part of her eye, I'm going to be going in with the colored chip. And with this color, since it's so dark, you don't want to start off heavy-handed. You do want to put like little by little on there. So I did want the outer crease a little bit darker, so I hope I'm pronouncing this right, I'm not sure. But I went in with the color Abies, which is the darkest color of the palette. A little bit of black. Using a blending brush again, I'm just going to go around and just blend everything out again. Here, just getting a wipe and cleaning underneath her eyes, all the fallout that fell. And then also sharpening up that edge line. Okay, now going in with the glitter glue from NYX, which is my favorite glitter glue. In tapping motions, I'm just going to put just some all over where I put the color Beam on her eyelid. Now to apply the glitter, also in tapping motions, I'm going to be going in with the NYX glitter, and it's a copper color. It doesn't say names on here, I don't see, but it's a copper color. It's very pretty, and it says MGLI in 1. Now starting on the face, I'm going in with the Wet and Wild foundation brush, which I use for concealer. I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. Now going in with my beauty blender, I'm going to be using a foundation from Sephora in the color Clear Light 10. And sorry guys, in the background you hear my son yelling. He's playing Fortnite, and if you guys know how that is, well, yeah. Okay, and with the same beauty blender, I'm going to be going in with the new L'Oreal Infallible Full Coverage Concealer, which I think is going to be my new favorite concealer. So everywhere that I put concealer, I'm going to be setting it with my Airspun translucent powder. The eyeliner that I'm using here is from Wet and Wild. I must say this part is the part that I do not like, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And it's okay if you mess up, guys. You can always go back in and use some concealer and all that good stuff. Going in with my big powder brush, I'm just dusting off all that translucent powder that I put on her. Alright, time to contour. So the brush that I'm using is from BH Cosmetics. And the bronzer that I'm using to contour is going to be from the Balm Cosmetics. Alright, and to just clean up her contour, I'm just going to be going in with some more Airspun translucent powder. For blush, I'm just going to be using my Wet n Wild brush. And then I'm going to be using my blush from Milani. Going on with the brows, I'm going to be using my Anastasia Dip Brow. And also the brush that I'm using is from Anastasia. So my girl's probably not gonna be too happy with me posting this part, but I had to leave it in. Her face was just priceless, and I just went in with the Milani charcoal Make It Last setting spray in matte. So what you do to your eyelid, you do to the bottom of your waterline. And here's the final look, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry it was super awkward. It's my first video. Hopefully with time and more practice, I will get better at this. Alright, bye. See you in the next one.